So I have a not so Billy Graham rule. I believe it's essential for men and women to learn with one another, from one another, and have professional mentorship and coaching relationships, co-working relationships, and personal friendships. That being said, it's also important to me to remain above reproach in my life and my ministry. Will and I both understand we're just a few small choices away from making grave error or mistakes that would impact our ministry, our marriage, our family, and our whole life. But for the grace of God, like several of our articles this week said. And so I want to make sure that I honor our relationships, but also create boundaries that help them to be healthy and life-giving. Um, we we live by the kind of above reproach framework, but I don't believe that that means that I'm never alone with a man or I can't travel with a man or do other things. I just am very cautious about how, not cautious, I'm aware of appearances. I watch my actions, my behavior, my speech, so that if someone was observing me, they wouldn't think I was anything but friendly or professional. Ways that we live that out: we prioritize our marriage. We are best friends. We hang out all the time. We work together. We pastor together. And so that context helps a lot. We talk a lot. We go on dates. We just make sure that we're connecting daily in a way so each of us feels seen and valued, heard, appreciated, and respected. We don't tell other people things before we tell each other. This just prevents seeds of doubt or jealousy, unfounded anger from creeping into our marriage. We don't keep secrets. We know every password that we have. We have, free access to one another's phones, computers, social media, email. Just keeps communication open and appropriate, helps us to communicate freely with other people, but also prevents any kind of doorway for an inappropriate relationship. Most of our friends are all mutual. All of my guy friends are his guy friends too. And same, I can't really, he doesn't really have any close female friends that I'm also not female friends with. Um, he has female acquaintances that maybe I don't know, but none of them are close enough friends with him that they would ever hang out alone. Not because it's a rule, it's just what it is right now. And so most of my communication with my guy friends, it's all on group text, like the couples, we have a group text together. I'm not really communicating one-on-one with guys. Again, not because of a rule, it's just how our friend circle is. We don't hang out with friends of the opposite sex at night. And we're always invited if the other is hanging out with someone of the opposite sex, we're always invited to join in. It just really doesn't happen very often with us. Again, not a rule, it's just not common in our friend circle. Um, Other things for ministry, we have church software program we sent messages and emails through, so all of our communication remains in one place, but it also is a way that keeps everybody involved safe from accusation, especially when we're just getting to know like new people at the church. And then if I do meet one-on-one with a man, it is always in a public space. If it's at church, I don't go in my office with the door closed. I prefer to meet in a public space anyway, either outside in the patio or a room where people can walk through. We have talked about installing a glass door in our office just if we needed that extra confidentiality, but still have that security in place. And our home is kind of like off limits for one-on-one ministry. This is our safe place. This is our family place. So we do host people. We've hosted like life groups and things from church here. We'll have people from church over, but we don't do one-on-one ministry. So I never invite like a man alone over to my home, or if I'm traveling into my home, my hotel room. Um, and I avoid having like women over that I am not friends with either. Just my home is my home. Two kind of exceptions to that are just like our best friends. We have two couples that we're really close friends with, and neither one of us would be uncomfortable if we were alone with the husband or the wife, if we were like, if the others were running errands. But usually there's always a kid around anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Um, and then lastly, I'm comfortable traveling alone with a man or having Will travel alone with another woman because we are just in constant communication. We're honest if anything makes us feel uncomfortable, even if it's unfounded. Generally, I'm more comfortable doing that with someone we both know and trust, but that is the beauty of my job. It allows me to do that where other professions wouldn't. So these are some ways that we keep guards around our marriage and make sure that we are having those great relationships with people of the opposite sex, but using wisdom and integrity in those too.